Good evening. Welcome into Rainer Wiles Stadium at North Wilkes High School for another exciting edition of Friday Night Football on Sky Zone Sports on Sky Zone HD Channel 1. Two teams still battling for position in the Mountain Valley 1A, 2A conference, but one team has a conference title on the line. The other one, they're just trying to get out of the cellar. And that's where we come here tonight. The 4-4 Huskies look to bounce back after their first conference loss of the season when they take on the North Wilkes Vikings. Here at North Wilkes High School, Rainer Wiles Stadium, Tyler Ashe alongside Nathan Ham. Glad to be back in with you on another exciting night of Friday night football here in the high country. And Nate, two teams become a pretty good rivalry matchup, but one team, they're just trying to maybe do some home cooking here tonight and pull off a huge upset. Ashe County still looking to stay in the picture for the conference title race.
Yeah, North Wilkes, a little bit of a disappointing season. They've had some injuries to deal with off and on. And certainly a very young team as well. And for Ashe, as you said, they want to stay in the chance to win the conference title. And tonight, a game you absolutely have to have.
And here come your 2015 Ashe County Huskies as they take the field. Looking to bounce back, Nate, in what was a tough one last week. Really went down to the wire down in Rhonda, North Carolina at East Wilkes High School.
Yeah, it was a really good game to be part of. And unfortunately for Ashe, just couldn't hold on to the lead there. Second half, the Cardinals just played a tremendous 2 quarters of football, and Ashe just could not hang on there at the end. But, as we saw, East Wilkes a very good football team, but, Ashe played step for step with them. So certainly the Huskies, a lot to be proud of coming out of that. Just need to come into North Wilkes tonight and take care of business.
And, of course, the matchup everyone is looking forward to tonight is that East Wilkes team. They got to hit the road. They're going to be at Starmount. That should be a heavyweight battle taking place this evening.
Yeah, that's a team you got to beat. If you want to win this conference, you have to go through Starmount. It's been that way for the last few years, and certainly that way again this season. Starmount, not as good as they were last year, of course. Almost won a state title last year, but still that Ram program certainly built for success.
Yeah, we know the great job Coach Johnson does down at Starmount High School. Of course, Coach Hampton doing a very nice job since coming back to Ashe County and the head coach of the Huskies. And the Huskies gunning for their 3rd straight conference title. Still looking for that first outright championship. Before we kick things off, we'd like to thank our communications partner, Carolina West Wireless, reminding you that 4G LTE is here. Got the teams lined up. North Wilkes in the blue, Ashe County in the visiting white. And we are underway at Rainer Wiles Stadium. Mountain Valley battle. The opening kickoff will go out of bounds, drawing the flag. So the Huskies be in for some good field position here. Or make them line up and re-kick it. What's your philosophy on these kickoffs, Nate?
I'll just take the good field position from the start, but then again, some coaches, they like to make that kick coverage team cover back-to-back plays. You don't see that a whole lot, so you never know. Those kids might be a little winded after sprinting downfield, but looks like for Coach Hampton, he's going to elect to make them re-kick it.
So North Wilkes lined up once again. Doing the kicking duties, number 5, Javier Ocampo. Well, actually, it's going to be junior Ernesto Ortiz doing the kicking duties, and he gets a line drive one. Will be fielded. No, having some trouble with it. That's Matthew Greer on the return, trying to find a seam up the middle. Bottled up fairly quickly. Pretty good return there from the junior. And Huskies come out onto the field on offense. 1st down and 10 before we get into the first play from scrimmage. Nate, let's take a look at the Ashe County forward keys to the game tonight.
Yeah, certainly have to finish drives. We've seen that kind of plague the Huskies at least a little bit lately, just not able to cap off drives, putting in the end zone. And, of course, replace the missing pieces. Ashe going to have to play without Sky Sullivan and Judd Price tonight, 2 really key members of that offensive unit.
And, of course, always Ashe County got to limit those big plays on the defense. There comes the snap to Ellis. He's going to look to go to the air real fast and fires a nice pass that is caught by Mason McNeil. He'll be wrapped up after gaining first down yardage. Move those chains very quickly. Nice way to start things off for the Ashe County Huskies.
Yeah, you figured Ellis going to go to the air quite a bit here. North Wilkes, they've struggled defensively pretty much every facet of the game, but especially against the pass. Just haven't really had much answer for teams that throw the ball this year, and Ashe one of the best at that.
After the first down completion, the Huskies quickly back at it again, looking to go to the air as Ellis. Now he's going to tuck this one. But man, that space he had closed in quickly. A nice job by that Vikings front line.
Yeah, strong play there from the defensive unit up front. Number 73 there, Brig Adams, first to come in there with a stop, and Dalton Hall in there as well.
They'll call it a loss of 1, so it brings up second down and 11. Huskies going 4 wide trips to the near side. Ellis steps up. He's going to tuck and run. He's out there across the 40 before he's tripped up, and then after contact adds another yard or 2 by falling forward out there close to that 45-yard line.
Nice little scamper play there from the quarterback, able to turn that play into some positive yards.
So quickly now, though, the Huskies going to be faced with a 3rd and short situation. And Nate, this may be a little bit different call from the sidelines. Usually you've got Sky Sullivan that can rumble back there, and you can expect him to rumble forward and get you 2 or 3 yards in these type of short down situations.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Coach Hampton changes the playbook.
There's Ellis. He's pretty adept at getting those first down yards, and then some. He's inside the 45 before he is wrestled down. Move the chains for the Huskies.
Junior Daniel Pruitt there for the tackle, but not before Colin Ellis easily picks up that first down.
This Ashe County offense rolling right along there via the legs of the elusive quarterback, who definitely can create a wrinkle in the playbook for the opposing team on defense. And there we see our K&K stitch and screen player to watch on cue, Colin Ellis, piecing together, Nate, a very nice season coming into tonight's matchup.
Yeah, coming in tonight, over 2,000 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, 8 interceptions.
You see the quick screen pass over on the far side, just kind of swings it out to Hudler, able to make a nice catch, and he's got some big shoes to fill tonight as well for this Ashe County team.
Yeah, we'll see a couple of different faces out there lining up at wide receiver. Got to fill the void there left by Judd Price. We've seen Simon Houck out there as well, and Grant Thompson in his normal spot. So we'll see who Colin wants to throw to here. Obviously, he's going to look a lot at Mason McNeil, but other guys out there, they're going to have to step up and make some plays.
Ellis getting his men lined up quickly. Takes the shotgun snap, looking deep, delivers a beautiful ball, and Hudler able to haul that one in and takes it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, perfect play, execution there. Hudler wide open for the score. And just a great pass there from Colin Ellis. Throws it right over the DB's shoulders, and nothing they could do about that. Hudler pulls that one in, and Ashe takes a quick lead.
And you see the great look on the Mountain Outfitters replay. You can get great shots by grabbing yourself a GoPro at Mountain Outfitters in downtown West Jefferson, as well as all your outdoor needs. Check them out. Mountain Outfitters, downtown West Jefferson. Now, Kendall Richardson on for the PAT. Good snap, good hold, and the kick right down Broadway. Quick strike for the Ashe County Huskies here at the 9:42 mark. 7-0 in favor of the purple and silver. As we take a look at that, Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. Just shave a little over 2 minutes off of that clock. 6 plays, 75 yards. Of course, the damage came with that huge pass completion, 34 yards to be exact, from Colin Ellis to Sam Hudler. His first touchdown of the season, I do believe, for the Ashe County Huskies. Of course, the extra point from Kendall Richardson capped off that. Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. Couldn't ask for a much better way to start off this ball game on offense for the Ashe County Huskies.
Yeah, good to see the Huskies get out there quick and kind of set an early tone here. Just not even 3 minutes into this game. Something Ashe they definitely needed to do, just kind of score quick and have North Wilkes fighting from behind. And
now for North Wilkes, we talk about they really had something positive going 2 years ago, and This game, of course, brings back memories here on this very same field and what ended up being one of the games that decided the conference title that season. But trains really fell off the tracks here the past 2 seasons for North Wilkes. Kind of fell onto hard times with the loss of so many great upperclassmen off of that 2013 team.
Yeah, it's been a little bit different here the last couple of years. Of course, they were able to beat us that one year down here, and North Wilkes really good couple year stretch there. A lot of talent in here, but unfortunately for them, it all left at about the same time, and they've kind of been in rebuilding mode ever since.
Still searching for their first conference victory since that 2013 season when they tied with the Ashe County Huskies and the Starmount Rams in what was a classic here at Rainer Wiles Stadium. And of course, the deciding blow was a late touchdown pass from Connor Bowers to Mason McNeil. And what really was a very entertaining game back and forth all night long as we see the first play from scrimmage go nowhere on the other side for the North Wilkes Vikings. It's hard to believe these guys haven't won a conference game in almost 2 years now. And Nate, coming into tonight, they still haven't scored a point against the Huskies since that game 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a tough spell for North Wilkes, and of course Coach Chipman making the move over from East Wilkes has been a little bit of a tough transition for him. But you got to figure he's going to get a decent program going here and get the most out of these kids that he can.
Dylan Bogus trying to drop back to pass, being flushed out of the pocket. Throwing on the run down the far sideline. Did he hang on? No. A diving effort was made by number 8, Daniel Pruitt, but that pass falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up third down very quickly for the Vikings of North Wilkes. Of course, for the Huskies, they always like to see this defensive intensity, and they've really been bringing it since really, I guess, maybe week 3 or 4 of the season.
Yeah, it's been getting better each and every week. And, it was there a lot of the times last week, but East Wilkes just a good football team and able to break off some runs there. But for the most part, this Ashe defense, they really shut everybody in the conference down.
Trying to set up the screen play. They get the pass off, but Matthew Greer has other ideas on not allowing that first down to be picked up. Gavin Huffman, junior tailback, made the catch. He's going to be stopped about 4 yards shy of the first down, so the Huskies do a great job. Here comes the punting unit, forced to 3 and out.
Yeah, exactly what you like to see if you're an Ashe County fan. Get a quick score on offense, defense comes out and shuts down the Viking attack. Absolutely nothing doing.
So on 4th down and 4, on comes the kicking team. Good high kick, a little short, will be fielded by Matthew Greer. Does a nice job hanging on to that one, a little bit lower than he anticipated. And the Huskies, Nate, going to be starting on North Wilkes' side of the 50.
Yeah, excellent field position here. The Ashe offense, they don't need a short field, but they'll definitely take it.
So on comes this air raid offense once again. Missing a few pieces, but on that first drive, you wouldn't know it, fired on all cylinders. Beautiful 34-yard pass from Ellis to Sam Hudler, really the story of that drive. And there's a quick pass across the middle. There's a familiar face making that one, Mason McNeil. Coming up with a great catch. It's down inside the 35-yard line. Quick first down picked up here for the Huskies to start off their second drive on offense.
Yeah, Mason McNeil, he could really have a huge game today if North Wilkes decides to single cover him all night. Colin Ellis certainly going to look at him with Judd Price out of the game. Mason could have a really big game.
You got to wonder going forward how the Huskies are going to compensate for that. If you'll see teams, they always like to double team him already. As we see the quick swing pass here to Simon Houck. Gets a nice block downfield. He's got some room up the sideline inside the 10, the 5, stretching forward. Did he step out of bounds? It appears so, back at about the 3-yard line. Very nearly a great touchdown catch. How about those moves from Simon Houck?
Yeah, good to see there. That's a young guy there, a sophomore. We've seen him a whole lot on defense making plays, but here on offense, takes the easy pass and a whole lot of yards after the catch on that one.
He saw nothing but green pastures and scampered up that sideline. Nice job tight roping it there. Thought he might have gotten in, stretched forward, but they did say he stepped out. couple yards shy of the goal line. Now the Huskies first down and goal after the big play. See if they can keep North Wilkes pinned back, but hold everything as we see some laundry onto the field, some early movement up front. You hate to see that for the Huskies. That's going to back you up 5 yards.
Yeah, that's a killer when you're that close to the goal line, have to back it up 5 yards. Tough break there for the Huskies.
So it'll still be first and goal. And he backed up to about the 8-yard line. Going with twin receivers to the left and right. Revis joins Ellis in the backfield. He's looking to throw, fires at the near side. Pass is caught, touchdown Huskies.
Yeah, just too easy right there. Mason McNeil able to get open, and no answer there from the Viking defense. Ashe adds to its already big lead there, up 13-0.
Take a look at that on the Mountain Outfitters replay. Guys slipped there in the end zone for the defense. They only had one man. He was trying to get over and cover 2 guys. Actually could have gone with Hudler back in the corner of the end zone. Nice routes there from both of those receivers.
Yeah, when you've got it spread out like that, you got a couple guys that rely on to catch that one. Could have went either way. Up
and good. So the Huskies strike quickly that time. Here at the 7:22 mark, they lead it already, 14-0. As we take a look at that Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone. Nate, we talked about the quick play capability, the quick score capability, I should say. From the Ashe County Huskies, all they need is 3 plays, take it 48 yards.
Yeah, anytime you can score under a minute, you've certainly got an explosive offense there. Only took 42 seconds, and of course capped it off there, 8-yard strike to Mason McNeil.
14-0 on the Miller Insurance scoreboard. The Huskies rolling along early, not even midway through this first quarter. Have already found the end zone twice. The defense is forced a 3 and out. Couldn't ask for a much better start to tonight's contest. In a great way, the Huskies bounce back from that first conference loss last week at East Wilkes.
Absolutely. Ashe really looking like they're on all cylinders so far tonight, even missing a couple of key pieces, not missing a beat so far. Of course, North Wilkes, probably not the team that Ashe County's been facing the last few weeks, but still, the Huskies had to come in here and play on the road. So far, so good.
Short kick was mishandled a bit, but recovered nicely now across the 30, the 35 before he's going to be gang tackled. Pretty good return that time for number 22, Christian Church, just a sophomore.
Yeah, you'll see a whole lot of sophomores and juniors called tonight. Not a whole lot of senior experience on this team, and that's something Coach Chipman has to be pleased about.
So Dylan Bongus will lead these guys back onto the field, trying to at least get started here with a first down, as they were forced to a 3 and out on their first offensive possession. 1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line. Quick swing pass to the outside, and nothing doing there. Ball moved up to about the 37-yard line. The Huskies led on defense. Guys really stepped up nicely as the season has progressed. Senior outside linebacker and plays also defensive end, Alex Richardson.
Yeah, he's had a really strong season. As you said, really coming along from the start. He's been a really key aspect of this defense. And our defensive line as a whole has played just a whole lot better as the season went on.
Dylan Bongus on the read option falls forward after he picks up about 3 or 4 yards. As he gets it up to the 40-yard line, it'll bring up 3rd down and short. And early in the season, there were some questions as to who would be the leaders on this defensive unit after the loss of the Baker brothers, among others. And I'll tell you what, Richardson's done a very nice job. He and Tristan Jones both coming back. And, of course, Luis Ramos, glad to see him back on the field as he runs down Bogus. And, man, how about that extra hit at the end from Brown?
Yeah, great pursuit there from Ramos. Absolutely getting it down the line, chasing the quarterback down, and Ben Brown there to make sure that play is going nowhere.
So they heard me talking about him, bragging on him. They make a very nice play in that defensive front. These guys have really stepped it up and gotten better each and every week, as Coach Hampton had hoped starting off the season.
Good job, good hustle, Luis.
Continued improvement from this squad, both on offense and defense. And they're going to be forced into another 3 and out. Are the Vikings. It's a high punt. Not a lot of distance, and we'll take a kind roll and roll dead on the Ashe County Husky 43-yard line. But once again, Nate, great field position for the Ashe County Huskies. Can't ask for much better.
Yeah, it's been all Huskies here in the first quarter, to say the least. And once again, Ashe will have primo field position here with that passing attack. They're going to see if they can put another quick scoring drive together.
1st and 10 on their own 43 as the air raid offense looks to take flight once again. Going with 2 receivers to the left and right. Ellis was looking in the way of McNeil. Now he's just going to keep this one himself. He's across midfield, the 45, the 40, and he'll just cruise on out of bounds. How about that run from your junior QB?
Yeah, good job there. Nothing there in the passing game, so let's just tuck it down and run. And the North Wilkes Viking defense, they're just kind of shocked here to open up this game. Not sure what to do. They're having a hard time defending the pass, and when Colin decides to pull it down and run, they've had no answer for that either.
Ellis just becoming more and more comfortable at that quarterback position and willing to use his legs. And there we see some movement here on the near side of that defensive line. That's going to be encroachment against North Wilkes. Give the Huskies 5 penalty yards. That time moving early was number 73, Brig Adams. So that'll be 1st and 5 for the Huskies on the 36-yard line. Look to keep this early onslaught of points going. There's a carry by Revis. Yet to call his number here tonight. And that kid's just a sophomore, and bright future ahead you have to think for this young man.
Yeah, just a very good overall athlete, tremendous wrestler as well. We'll hear his name coming up a whole lot during the winter sports season as well. But just another young weapon that Coach Hampton has to benefit him here in this offensive attack.
And there we see some more laundry on the field before this play gets started. And that's going to go against the Huskies. False start. This time they're flagged for the early movement. So set them back 5 yards. Make it 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 37. Ellis slings it to the near side, has his man. Thompson can't hang on to it. Oh, took a hit afterward as well. That's one you got to be able to come up with.
Yeah, might have heard a little bit of footsteps there on that one. Certainly a throw. You need to reel in there and help out your quarterback.
So the dropped pass brings up a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 9 to be exact for the Ashe County Huskies. We've seen them convert on a 3rd down on their first offensive possession. Last time didn't even face it. See how they respond on 3rd and long. Ellis feeling the heat, dodges one would-be tackler, steps up, fires it downfield, and did he hang on? No. The pass falls incomplete. Making a nice effort there was Mason McNeil. Ellis just trying to force the issue on the sideline.
Yeah, good job there by the Viking pass rush to get through and make Ellis move around early. Was hoping probably for a little bit more time in the pocket, but instead had to scramble out. Still made a solid throw, but Mason McNeil just could not reel that one in.
So now, Coach Hampton, do you drop McNeil back and kick this one away, pin North Wilkes deep?
Looks like he's going to go for it here. Looks like Mason's going to spread out to the left over here. See what they want to call on 4th down.
All right, then. Buckle up, 4th down and 9. Ball him at the 37-yard line. Ellis going to the air, has his man, pass is caught, and Mason McNeil will just step out of bounds. That's going to be enough to move those chains. How about that pickup on 4th down?
Very nice 4th down conversion, and don't know how you fall asleep on Mason McNeil like that, but I tell you, he was wide open, and Viking defense got to be kicking themselves on that one.
Yeah, they had a golden opportunity to try to shift momentum back in their favor, get this Ashe offense off the field, something they've yet to do here at the 4:40 mark, and fall asleep at the wheel. Can't afford to do that, not with Mason McNeil roaming the sidelines there. And there we see a nice crossing route. Oh, and he can't hang on. Sam Hudler in and out of his hands. Not bad defense either there by Daniel Pruitt.
Yeah, Pruitt was in good coverage there. Still a pass you need to reel in, though. Hudler got both hands on that one, and a little bit bigger than the defensive back there. Should have been able to pull that one in, but Huskies will regroup and go at it here on second down.
So the drop pass brings up 2nd and 10 for the Ashe County Huskies. Inside the 30, there's a nice toss over to Revis, who hangs on. He's inside the 20, the 15. Rolling on along. Nice to see the man out of the backfield coming up with a great reception.
Yeah, nice pass design there. Slips out of the backfield wide open, and Revis takes it inside the Viking red zone.
So a fresh set of downs for the Ashe County Huskies as this drive keeps chugging right along. Back to work quickly come the Ashe County Huskies offense and hold everything. Everybody was moving on that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one there.
Huskies will be flagged with the initial movement, so that's going to be a false start. Back them up 5 yards. Makes it 1st and 15 for the Huskies. Looking to keep that foot on the gas. Here's Ellis, and he's going to be bottled up after picking up maybe 4 or 5 yards on the carry. He'll get back close to the original line of scrimmage.
Call it a gain of 6, 2nd and 9, under the 4-minute mark in the first.
All Huskies up until this point, 14-0. Ellis swings it quickly to the near side, and pass is dropped. Was that forward or backward? Looked like it may have been a backward pass. Still waiting on an official ruling. That very easily could have been called a fumble, and then Houck allowed the forward progress. Incomplete. So the referees ruled that it was a forward pass. Not so sure about that one.
Yeah, it looked behind the line to me, but hey, good heads up by Simon Houck just to make sure it wasn't a fumble, just in case. Go ahead and pick it up. But the officials do rule an incomplete pass.
So that's going to bring up another 3rd and 9 situation. The Huskies weren't successful on their last 3rd down attempt, but they made it on 4th and 9. They look to not even get to that point here. 3rd down and 9, ball just outside the 10-yard line. Ellis makes a couple of guys miss and gets a nice block from Revis, and he'll cruise into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies.
Yeah, just a great job there from Ashe County, and it's all Huskies here in the first quarter. Just keep piling it on. North Wilkes so far just no answer on defense.
Pouring it on now, as we see on the Mountain Outfitters replay. Colin Ellis had plenty of space after making a couple of initial guys miss at the line, and a nice block downfield from John Revis. Helps ensure that he gets in there safely, untouched, for the touchdown. Now for the PAT attempt, snap, the hold, and the kick is good. 21-0 now at the 3:24 mark in the first quarter. Huskies just pouring it on now, up by 3 scores as we look at that Ashe County forward drive to the end zone.
Yeah, 10 plays, 57 yards on that one. That was a long drive for Ashe County standards there, 2 minutes, 22 seconds. And Colin Ellis using his legs to cap off that drive from 13 yards out for the score.
Longest drive we've seen of the night there for the Ashe County Huskies. And they did a very nice job there working it downfield. As you said, Ellis able to cap it off. That's something, you know, Coach Hampton talked about early in the season he wanted to see more of, and Ellis has really delivered the last, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks here with his ground game.
Yeah, it's been a nice addition to the offensive attack that was already pretty potent, but when you add in a scrambling quarterback with his speed and athleticism, makes the Huskies even harder to defend.
Yeah, nice kick there from Richardson. He wants no part of that. I don't blame him. Lets that one go into the end zone for a touchback. We'll see North Wilkes onto the field. 1st and 10 on their own 20. Before we get off on the play, we'll take a look at how things are stacking up at this point. In the heated race at the top there, Nate. It's a 4-horse race right now for the Mountain Valley Conference title.
Yeah, East Wilkes certainly control their own destiny at this point, with Starmount and Wilkes Central both left on their schedule. But as you saw there, 3 teams with just 1 loss, so anything could really happen here down the stretch.
Give the handoff. Not much doing on that one. I believe that was Jarrett Grimes on the carry. Number 20 for the Vikings. Second down and 9 after the pickup of 1. We've yet to really see anything positive for this North Wilkes team, Nate. Through 2 drives, they're yet to pick up a first down.
Yeah, it's been an offensive struggle for them, and certainly defensive struggles as well. But here on offense, just not able to get anything going through the air or on the ground.
August feeling some heat rolling around. He's not going to get away from Richardson. Nice play made in the backfield. He'll be dropped for a loss on the play. There we see the senior defensive end making his presence felt early in this one.
Yeah, we've seen that 2 or 3 times tonight. Just great pursuit from the Husky defensive lineman, and just no chance for the Vikings to get anything going out on the edge.
Caught a loss of a couple that time. That makes it 3rd down and 11. So Ashe County Huskies put North Wilkes right in the situation they want them in, another 3rd and long.
Yeah, this defensive line just pin their ears back and try to make a play.
And there's a pretty good run on 3rd and long, but still not going to be enough to pick up the first down, as we saw Jarrett Grimes on the carry once again. Another sophomore on this team that's featured predominantly. And that's going to bring up another punting situation quickly for North Wilkes.
Yeah, the Vikings tried to catch Ashe County off guard, running a draw play there on 3rd down, but Husky defense, good job staying home and watching the play all the way through and getting a stop.
Be 4th down and short. And they're going to go for it. And they're able to get the yardage. Wow, how about that, going for it that deep in your own territory? Ball needing to get across that 30. They hand it off, get it to the 34, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Yeah, gutsy play call there. Of course, when you're down 21-0, you got to try to get something going, and maybe that'll get their team fired up with a big 4th down conversion.
So they get their first down, and it comes here, Nate, just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. It's a long time coming for the Vikings. Finally get something positive going in their direction on offense. The Huskies, boy, they're gearing up for that run, and they're ready for it on that play.
Grimes looked like he had nowhere to go on that one. Once again, Ashe County done a pretty good job so far stopping him tonight.
Not much doing on that play. Caught a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8 upcoming for the Vikings. As we approach the 1-minute mark in the opening period, it's been all Ashe County Huskies, as you can tell, on the Miller Insurance scoreboard. 21-0. Bogus now having to reverse it. Nice block in the backfield there, and he's able to dive ahead. Not much doing there. Maybe he's able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a little bit of positive gain, but he's lucky to get that.
Yeah, Jacob Combs there saved a big loss there for Bogus. Looked like he got just enough of Alex Richardson coming off the edge there. Able to disrupt that a little bit, but still could have been a lot worse, but still really nothing doing there for the Viking offensive attack.
So another 3rd and long situation now upcoming. 3rd and 7. North Wilkes going to keep this drive going. All on their own 37-yard line. August takes the shotgun snap, hands it off up the gut, and Grimes, not much real estate to work with there. Gets bottled up right around the line of scrimmage, going to be short of a first down.
And of course, another 4th and long here for North Wilkes. See if they'll decide to go for it again. But that'll be the last play of the first quarter. Ashe County just all over the Vikings so far, 21-0.
We'll see what they choose to do on another 4th and short situation. It's all Huskies, as you said, after 1, 21-0. We'll be back with second quarter action on Sky Zone Sports on Sky Zone HD, Channel 1.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
4G LTE is here from Carolina West Wireless. It's the fastest 4G data service available today, so you can enjoy downloads faster and send uploads without the wait. So bring on the apps and bring on the entertainment. And get ready for life at the speed of you. Visit your Carolina West Wireless store today and find out more about our new 4G LTE network, new products and rate plans.
Welcome back to Rainer Wiles Stadium at North Wilkes High School in Hayes, North Carolina, for more Friday night football, starting up the second quarter of action between the Ashe County Huskies and the Vikings of North Wilkes. Fourth down, about 6 yards to go. We will see the punting unit come onto the field now. For North Wilkes, they went for it on 4th and short earlier and picked it up on this drive, but this time they're just going to punt it away. It's a nice high kick. Takes a bounce around the 35-yard line and will be down by Brig Adams, one of the few seniors you'll see on this squad tonight. And the Huskies look to keep it rolling. They're 3 for 3, scoring on all 3 drives offensively until this point in the game. They look to keep the positive momentum rolling right along as they come back onto the field looking for more. Ellis joined by Revis. Twin receivers to the left and right. He'll hand it off to Revis. He's got some room to work. And he's going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards on the first down carry. We'll call it 4. Brings up second down and 6 for the Huskies. Revis looking pretty good out of the backfield so far. He's had a couple of nice carries, also a nice reception on the second drive of the ball game. Nice hard snap count from Colin Ellis. A little overzealous was J.L. Miles, the outside linebacker. You saw him on the bottom of your screen, jumping across the line. So encroachment call on the defense. Makes it much more manageable here, about second down and 3. Ellis takes the shotgun snap, quickly fires to the near side, falling down, and was it complete? Yes. McNeil did a nice job catching that one off the dirt, but we do see a flag come into the picture very late. So hold everything. So they're going to call an ineligible man downfield against the Huskies. That will negate the first down and back them up 5 yards from the previous spot. So right back where we were for that last play. Second down. About 6 yards to go for the first. Ellis gets the signal from the near sideline. Beautiful night for football here at North Wilkes High School. Nice facilities. Ellis firing near sideline, in and out of the hands of the receiver. It was caught but out of bounds by the defender there, Daniel Pruitt. That'll go down as an incompletion. Just a little bit too high for the grasp of Mason McNeil.
Yeah, it's a little bit too far on that throw. Set up a third down here, Ashe. See if they can convert, keep this drive going.
They need 6 to keep the drive alive, looking for that 45-yard line. Ball on the 39. And spread it out, 2 receivers to the left and right. Ellis eyeing the near sideline. Pass is caught. Falling down, Mason McNeil. That's more than enough to keep those chains moving. takes it into North Wilkes territory. First down, Huskies.
Great throw there from Colin Ellis, and can't fault the coverage there. Daniel Pruitt, good spot there against Mason McNeil, but the throw just a little bit better than the coverage.
So the drive stays alive. Ball on the 49 of the Vikings. Trips to the far side of the field. Ellis will hand this one off to Revis. There's a nice run. Finally going to be bottled up, but not before he gets down to the 40-yard line. He picked up about 9 yards on that carry. Nice job by the sophomore tailback.
Good job there, just finding the hole and running straight through it. Just straight downhill running. Like to see that from any young running back. Not going to see any dancing in the backfield on that play.
Nice job opening up there by the offensive line. Second down and 1 for the Huskies. Going to the air. Ellis fires it down the middle. Nice defense, though. He's looking for Hudler, and there's Daniel Pruitt again.
Yeah, Pruitt's been one of the bright spots for North Wilkes this evening. He's been in some good positions and good coverage and hasn't been burnt yet, at least so far. Not a whole lot, though, to brag about for North Wilkes on that defensive side, but he's having a pretty solid game.
So now the Huskies facing third and a short one. Ball on the Viking 40. See if they go to the ground. And I was going to say hand it off, but how about that on the read option? Ellis takes it off right tackle, and he's got the first down.
Spot that one, looks like right about on the 35-yard line.
First and 10, Ashe County, as the drive keeps on rolling. So far, so good for this Ashe County offense and defense, taking care of business on both sides of the ball. 21-0 inside of 10 minutes in the second period, and hold everything. Flag. That's going to go against the Huskies for false start. Backs them up. Back to the 40 now. First and 15. Of course, the Huskies missing Ross Summey on that offensive line. In addition to the other missing pieces tonight, Judd Price, of course, with the suspension, and then Sky Sullivan with a concussion that he suffered last week against East Wilkes. And Revis, I believe, may have had a cut on his arm, so he's going to have to exit at least for a play or two here. They'll tend to him on the near sideline. Placing him onto the field for the Huskies, number 21, Alex Kissinger. And back to the action now, first and 15. Good snap to Ellis, feeling some heat, and he's going to take this one himself. Trying to find some room up the far sideline. He's got it down inside the 30 and then some, eyeing that 20. Another first down for the Huskies via the legs of the quarterback. Ellis didn't like what he saw downfield, so he says, hey, I'll just do this myself. Spotted him out of bounds, just shy of the 25-yard line. All on the 26. The Huskies look to keep things rolling. Nice snap. Ellis recovers quickly, feeling the heat, and he's going to be stood up and then slung down for a sack on that one. Great job there by number 40, Corey Seiden, applying some pressure. Also, David Hooker in on the action as well. Call that one a loss of 5. Second down and 15 now upcoming at the 8:39 mark and counting. Really one of the few times we've seen the Huskies forced backwards on a run or pass play. Another high snap. Ellis corrals it easily. Nice pass delivered down the field into the hands of Sam Hudler. We saw him make a great catch on the opening drive for the Ashe County Huskies, a 34-yard reception. He dropped one a little bit later, made up for it right there on that gainer, though.
Yeah, that was a perfect throw over the middle, and Ellis almost got a bad snap there, almost went over his head, but able to pull that one down and makes a great throw. Could have been a big loss into a big gain.
And we've seen a couple of high snaps on this drive. As you said, Ellis doing a great job maintaining his composure. Delivers a beautiful pass down the field, and there we're going to see some more early movement up front. And that was going to go against North Wilkes. Encroachment once again. We've seen Ellis really be able to draw these guys off sides. That's at least the third time already in this ball game.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times this season, but really tonight, North Wilkes not paying attention to the football there. They've been listening to the quarterback too much instead of going on the snap of the ball, and Colin Ellis been able to take advantage of that. I think, as you said, that is the third time tonight we've seen that.
Ball inside the 10. Ellis looking to the end zone, jump ball, and Hudler, after it's batted away, he can't come up with it. Juggled it a bit, and that's going to go down as an incomplete pass into the end zone.
That was a good route by Hudler, but good coverage there from North Wilkes, not able to get enough separation on that. Ellis almost able to fit that one in, but unfortunately falls incomplete. And we see John Revis back into the game in the backfield next to Colin Ellis.
And Ellis fakes the handoff to him, keeps it himself. Still looking for some more room here on the left side, refusing to go down. Finally will be forced out inside the 5-yard line. Bring up third down and short for the Huskies. Ball on the 4-yard line, we'll call it, on the left hash. They're down and about a yard to go. Nice pick up there by your QB. Puts them in a very manageable situation here with 3rd and 1. Ellis joined by Revis again. This time he does hand it off to Revis and barrels his way forward, touchdown. 4 yards out. The sophomore gets in on the scoring action, his first touchdown at the varsity level. And just like that, Nate, here at 6:53 mark in the second period, it's 27-0. It's all Huskies.
It is, and certainly something they're happy about. Last week, just a tough way to go down into defeat against a good team. But tonight, they just came out, played their game of football, and right now just putting it all over North Wilkes.
Richardson on for the PAT. The kick is up and on the money once again. 28-0. As you see on the Miller Insurance scoreboard, as we take a look at that Ashe County forward drive to the end zone. And Nate, that's a really long drive, especially by Husky standards.
Maybe one of the longest drives of the year. 14 plays, 65 yards, almost 5 minutes there off the clock. And the sophomore John Revis able to score his first touchdown, 4-yard run to give Ashe a 28-0 lead.
Yeah, really mixed it up well on that drive, did the Huskies. We saw Revis get the call a couple of times. Nice to see him rewarded at the end of that drive with the touchdown carry. Colin Ellis with a few scampers of his own. Mixing in the pass play, of course, with this air raid offense as well. So 28-0. Huskies really pouring it on now as they get lined up, set to kick this one deep. Richardson will look to punch this one back for another touchback. Plenty of leg on this one, and it will roll into the end zone for a touchback. North Wilkes denied a return yet again on a kickoff.
Kendall Richardson really a unsung weapon back there. You see a lot of games change with a big kick return, but there's a whole lot of times Kendall Richardson doesn't even give you that chance to run one back.
I would like to thank all of our sponsors here on Husky football and Friday Night Football. Of course, Carolina West Wireless, Miller Insurance, Ashe County Ford, K&K Stitch and Screen, Mountain Outfitters, and Little's Health and Fitness Center in West Jefferson. Big salute to all of our Husky sports voices here on Sky Zone Sports. Quickly back to the action. Bogus looking to the far sideline and not able to come up with the reception. That time was number 2, David Wood, senior wideout. That'll make it 2nd down and 10. Ball still on the 20-yard line. This Ashe County defense looking to keep this shutout going. 28-0. Close to midway through the 2nd period tonight. Pretty good run that time from Grimes. Dodged a couple of defenders. Forced down at the 25-yard line for a pickup of 5. That's going to make it 3rd and 5 now for the Vikings. In danger again of having another 3-and-out offensive possession.
North Wilkes really needs to try to pick up a 1st down. Put a little drive together here if they want to have any chance to even remain competitive in this ball game.
See if they go to the air. No, it's a toss sweep to the left. Grimes trying to get the edge, and it's not going to come for him. He's going to be decked. Coming in on that, Matthew Greer. Making the first contact. And another punting situation upcoming for the Vikings.
Got to give credit here to the Husky defense. Just absolutely nothing getting done by North Wilkes. They tried going through the air, a little bit of option play, some screen passes, but nothing's just working for the Vikings.
So on 4th and 6, they will line up to punt this one away. Another good punt. Gonna bounce and take a kind roll. Greer will just step away. This one rolls out of bounds. Not quite as good of a punt as I thought. Spotted it out at the 42-yard line, and we'll see the Husky offense, Nate, once again. 4 for 4 so far, scoring the ball on their offensive possessions. How about 5 for 5?
Yeah, we'll see what the Huskies can do here. 5:24 left on the clock. See if they can punch another one here into the end zone before the halftime break.
Ball on the 42-yard line as the Huskies come back again onto the field on offense. 3 receivers to the left. Here comes the handoff with Revis. And he'll fall forward. Picks up about 2 on the 1st down carry. As we hit the 5-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 2nd down and 8. This time Huskies looking to throw. Ellis feeling the heat. Dodges one man. Dodges a couple more. Or no, finally will be wrapped up. He evaded a couple of tacklers, but will be dropped for a sack on the play. That was number 36, Brendan Privet. And Privet makes a nice stop.
Another one of those few seniors North Wilkes does have playing tonight. Got to give credit to the Viking coverage on that. Ellis had a lot of time to throw, a lot of dancing around, but just couldn't find anybody open downfield.
So they get 3rd down and about 12 to go for the 1st down. That snap, Ellis able to corral this one. Throws off his back foot, and the catch is not going to be made. Out of bounds was Mason McNeil, so that's going to bring up a 4th and long situation for the Ashe County Huskies on their own side of the 50. Ball back about the 38-yard line. And it appears, Nate, for the first time we will see the Huskies punt this evening.
It looks like the Vikings able to get off the field on this drive, able to force a Husky punt. As you said, this is the first time Ashe should not be able to put a drive into the end zone.
And McNeil gets away a good high kick. Fair catch called for and made at the 30-yard line. So the North Wilkes fan, you got to at least be thankful that defense can get the Ashe offense off of the field one time in this first half. And they deserve this little bit of breather they're going to get right now.
Yeah, it's first time they've been able to do that all night long, and now see if they got the ball back to their offense, see if they can do anything with it.
So it'll be first down and 10 on the 30. North Wilkes still looking for their first score of the night, as this Ashe County defense has really imposed their will on their side of the ball. Tristan Jones makes a nice stop. Picked up around a yard. Make it second down, about 9 to go. Inside of 3.5 minutes in this second quarter. All Ashe County. 28-0. Bogus rolling out, looking to throw. He's not going to get it away. Richardson, the man to bring him down first. Getting some help as well from Jake Richardson. And also for the Huskies, number 60, Colton Miller.
Once again, good pressure up front from that defensive line. Been doing it a whole lot the last few weeks, and North Wilkes, another team, not able to do anything with it.
So it's going to make it third and long. Counted that one, lost about 2 on the play, 3rd and 11. August takes the snap, looking to throw, feeling the heat, does complete the pass. A nice move, evading one tackler. Now Grimes trying to cut it back up the middle. And not a bad gainer that time, but still not going to be enough to quite to move those chains.
Yeah, looked like Garrett Miller had that stop, but Grimes able to come back upfield, get some good yardage.
We have a timeout called by North Wilkes on the field. Our first timeout of the game. It is a Littles Health and Fitness Center timeout. Littles Health and Fitness reminding you to take time out of your day, get active, and visit Littles Health and Fitness in West Jefferson. We look now at the remaining games after tonight for the Ashe County Huskies, Nate, and of course, all eyes as usual. As we talked about it earlier, that conference title almost always runs through Starmount.
Yeah, especially this season, Starmount big game with East Wilkes tonight going on as well. But for Ashe, last season we saw a heartbreaking loss against Starmount, put an end to our undefeated season. This year we got the Rams at home. It'll be interesting to see how the Huskies handle that. And of course, closing the season at home with Elkin, they've had their struggles as well as North Wilkes and some of these other teams. But first comes first, Ashe got to take care of business the rest of the way tonight, and then Starmount next week.
It's a short kick, high bounce, and will be fielded. Mason McNeil slipped in a few extra yards there. Looked like he was just going to let that one bounce past him, and then scoops it up there at the last second and ends up gaining about 3 or 4 yards.
We'll see what Ashe can do here. Just a little over 2 minutes left. Put together a solid drive. See if they can add any more points to their lead.
Another great opportunity for the Huskies, starting this one on their own 49. First down and 10. Huskies will be looking to get back on track. Forced to punt last time. One and only time we've seen this offense stall on the field. Ellis getting some pressure to him. He's going to be slung down behind the line of scrimmage. He just kind of tucked that one away, threw it in the dirt. And there we see a flag come onto the field as well.
Yeah, they call that an intentional grounding. Not 100% sure, but
David Hooker got to him very quickly, and indeed that will be the call. So they're going to lose it down as well with the intentional grounding call here at the 2:02 mark. So it's a 10-yard penalty and the loss of downs. So second down and 20 upcoming for the Huskies. Ball on the 39-yard line. Not a good way to start the drive if the Ashe County Huskies see if they can correct it here on 2nd and 20. Ellis, plenty of time, launches a deep ball across the middle and into the hands of Mason McNeil. He's off to the races, 10-5, touchdown Huskies.
And how about that? Way to cap that drive off. You think it's going backwards after the penalty, but there, Mason McNeil just gets wide open. And North Wilkes not able to come even close to covering him downfield.
Got a step on the defender, that's all you need. As you see on the Mountain Outfitters replay, and a beautiful ball is delivered by Colin Ellis, just perfect touch. Reminiscent of the play we saw in the first offensive possession for the Huskies, and the great ball delivered by Ellis to Hudler. Just over the reach of the defender, into the hands of his wideout. And into the end zone for 6, extra point is good. At the 152 mark, it's all Ashe County to say the least. 35-0. As now we take a look at that. Ashe County Ford drive to the end zone.
Yeah, 2 plays, 61 yards, 15 seconds. And, of course, 61-yard touchdown pass. The one play they did have was just a penalty there, but McNeil just great job getting downfield, getting wide open. Ellis finding him for the easy pass.
It doesn't take him long. This quick strike offense finds pay dirt once again. 61 yards. Great throw that time from Ellis. Right to Mason McNeil, and he gets back into the end zone. Coming into this one, Nate, he was already over 1,000 receiving yards and well on his way to another 100-yard game here tonight.
Yeah, just a great season ongoing, and we've talked about his preseason accolades coming into the year. Certainly, he's living up to the hype this season, no doubt about it.
Now Richardson will come on to boot this one away on the kickoff. Another deep kick will roll and go out of bounds just right inside the 5. Thought it might stay straight and get into the end zone for a touchback, but that will not be the case as the flag comes onto the field. And now North Wilkes will have the decision as to make the Huskies re-kick or take the good field position. You think they might just take the good field position with that leg of Richardson?
Yeah, they might as well just take what they've got and hope for the best. The offense has really struggled so far tonight. See if they can do any better with getting a little bit better field position.
So the ball will be spotted up the 35-yard line. First down for the Vikings. 1:52 on the clock. Find themselves on the short end of a 35-0 score. We'll see what they do here with just under 2 minutes to go for the half toss sweep. Nice blocks up the field, and Matthew Greer makes a nice tackle, but how about those moves after the toss to Dylan Bogus, number 10. That's your quarterback taking that one.
Changing things up a little bit. Looks like Daniel Pruitt took the snap out there. Tossed it off to Bogus, coming across on the sweep.
All the way out to the 45-yard line. Gain of 10 on that play. Down to a minute and a half before they head to the half at Rainer Wiles Stadium. Pruitt throwing off his back foot. And the pass was intended there for number 19. That's Gavin Huffman. Let him just a bit too much. You said it, Nate, just trying to get something going, switching it up at quarterback. Now Daniel Pruitt, number 8, a junior. We've seen him on defense out of the secondary from his corner spot. Now he's going to be the guy taking the snaps on offense, it would appear. Pruitt under center. And he hands it off to Bogus. And Bogus fights forward. Slim pickings there. Gets about 2 on the play. Inside of a minute. Looks Looks like North Wilkes content to go into the halftime with this 35-0 deficit. They will get the ball to start the third period of play. And another handoff up the middle this time. Got a different guy on the carry there. That's Brig Adams, big guy. Gets the call. And Ashe County's going to burn a timeout. 28.5 seconds. Coach Hampton decides to call his first timeout. It is a Little's Health and Fitness Center timeout. Again, Little's Health and Fitness reminding you to take time out of your day, be active. Head on down to Little's Gym, Radio Hill in West Jefferson. So maybe Coach Hampton just wanted to get a crack at this punt, I do believe.
That's probably what he's hoping for here. Can't think it'll be much else. Not going to be a whole lot of time left to do much of anything else.
Ball near midfield, just on the Vikings side of things. It is a 4th down upcoming on this play after the timeout was called by the Huskies. 28.5 seconds to go before the intermission. Ashe has been in control from the get-go, scored on their first 4 offensive possessions. Couldn't ask for a much better start. As North Wilkes lines up to punt. Oh, they're going to fake it. There's a pump fake by Bogus looking for the home run ball. Tipped, and ball will hit the turf for an incomplete pass. Husky defense read that one all the way, nearly came up with an interception.
Yeah, good job there by the defense, not falling for any kind of trickery there at all. Ashe will take over here with 22 seconds left in the half.
Ball right around the midfield mark. You're Ashe, do you take a shot or two to the end zone before we head to the break?
Might as well.
A little work in here. Planning forward. We will see a Hail Mary, maybe a screen pass. Empty set for Ellis. 4 wide at the top of your screen. He's looking for the one-on-one matchup, wanting it all. Has McNeil, pass is caught. Touchdown Huskies. But I think we do have a flag back here on the field. And you hear the Husky crowd, the Husky faithful that have made the trip tonight. They don't like that one bit, Nate.
Yeah, you could hear a little bit of frustration there. Of course, you're up 35-0. Kind of hard to be too upset, but looked like another great pass from Ellis to McNeil, but unfortunately going to get Ashe for a penalty here. Back him up about 10 yards.
So it's not meant to be. Boy, what a pass, though, from Ellis to McNeil again. So take the points off the board with that flag. They'll line up in the same set. Empty backfield for Ellis. 4 wide to his right. One-on-one with McNeil on the left, and he's going to tuck and run himself. How about that? Sidesteps a couple of defenders, runs into his own man, or it may have gone for even more. He's out across the 40-yard line as the time's rolling on down. Coach Hampton, he's content just to let her roll. And that will end the first half of play with the Ashe County Huskies on top here, 35-0 at North Wilkes High School. Wait just a second here, though. Officials going to have a little powwow. And I'm still not sure exactly what the ruling is here. I think they may put some more time on the clock. And indeed they do. 35 seconds, that can't be right. I think they may be wanting a 3.5. So hold everything here. Trying to get things right up there in the press box. with the scorekeeper. Come on, guys, just head to the half. Well, anyway, scoreboard still shows 35 seconds. And here we have a flag that's going to be thrown.
The half that'll never end.
Oh, my goodness. That's going to go against the Huskies. False start, back them up 5 yards. And it appears we'll have to snap it one more time as the teams will line up. Ball back now to the 37-yard line for the Huskies. Ellis will just hand this one off to Revis. And he falls forward right around the line of scrimmage. And the clock didn't even run, but they're going to say it's halftime. We'll just take their word for it. 35-0, our score. It's been all Ashe County Huskies, to say the least. A dominating performance here in the first half. They'll look to keep things rolling in the second. We'll give it up to the halftime show here at North Wilkes High School. Stay tuned in for more Friday night football from Rainsweiler Stadium at North Wilkes High School. Stay tuned in. Second half action coming up here on Sky Zone Sports on Sky Zone HD, Channel 1. Ashe County Ford here. It's time to make the switch to Ashe County Ford. With $1,000 trade-in cash available, the time is now. Make the switch and save up to $9,500 off the 14 F-150s. Take a break. Come in and see the new redesigned 2015 F-150. With an all-aluminum body and tons of new features, Ford has done it again. Come see why Ashe County Ford sold the most certified pre-owned Fords in the region last year, with 100,000 miles powertrain warranty, 24-hour roadside assistance, and low rates. You can't go wrong. Ashe County Ford. We don't just sell you a car, we make you a friend for life.
Jess was over there saying these things are so simple. Wow.
Little's Health and Fitness began in 1981. We are a 24/7, full-service, family-friendly fitness center with the finest equipment from Life Fitness, Hammer Strength, and Body Masters, as well as a great staff to help you get started. We have a 22-piece cardio area, so waiting is rarely a problem. We offer group classes for all levels, an extensive array of weights and machines, perfect for the beginner to advanced. We also have meal replacement shakes, tanning, dressing rooms with private showers, personal trainers, and child care is also available.
Good evening and welcome back into Rainer Wiles Stadium at North Wilkes High School as we get ready to commence second half action on tonight's Friday night football in Hayes, North Carolina, between the visiting Huskies of Ashe County and the host North Wilkes Vikings. And after the first half, Nate, it has been all Huskies as we take a look at the Miller Insurance scoreboard, 35-0 to be exact.
Yeah, not much to complain about if you're an Ashe County fan. Just a very nice bounce back from last week's tough defeat. They just came in here, played their game, and North Wilkes just had no answer for it.
That kick will be fielded. And trying to find a seam up the middle. Not much doing there, though. Not a bad return. And we'll see North Wilkes offense come onto the field 1st and 10. We'll see who mans the quarterback position to start this second half. They went with Pruitt, Daniel Pruitt, late in that first half, trying to get a change up there at the QB position, but didn't have much effect on the scoreboard.
Yeah, so far, not much this offense has done. Had much of an influence on this game. Just too much Husky defense. They've read pretty much every play North Wilkes has tried to do. The Ashe defense has been right there on it.
So the ball spotted at the 23-yard line, 1st and 10. And I'll just hand this one off to Grimes. Not much doing there. Maybe gets a yard on the carry. And it's been that way all night long so far for North Wilkes on offense.
Yeah, this Husky Russian defense, they've improved pretty much each week as the season started. We saw a couple of big games against them from North Surrey and Watauga, but you know, after that, the defense really doing a much better job against rushing attacks, and really that game against Wilkes Central really showed what this defense can do, shut down the leading rusher in the conference.
We've just seen continued play each and every game, it seems, for this Ashe County team. Even in the losing effort last week against East Wilkes, it was still a solid performance from the Huskies. As we talked about it, that was just two heavyweight teams going at it.
Yeah, two teams. It's a close game, and just a couple plays here and there could have been the difference. Could have been a different result there, but Ashe had to take the defeat and bounce back from it. And so far tonight, everything that the coaching staff, I'm sure they hoped for.
Ball spotted in the 25. 3rd down and 8, we'll call it. They've been facing these 3rd and long situations all night long, and that's never tough, especially going up against a defense like this Ashe County team. Looking for the deep ball, and that route is jumped. Going back the other way, there goes Simon Houck. He's inside the 30 before he is finally wrestled down, and how about that for the pick?
Yeah, nice job there by the sophomore. He's really came a long way, called up to the varsity team, and he's just made an impact from day one. He's been a great cover corner opposite of Garrett Miller. We've got 2 very good cornerbacks this season, and Simon Howe just keeps improving each and every game.
As we saw there on the Mountain Outfitters replay, nice job. The ball was underthrown, and then he does a great job just kind of jumping in front of the receiver. Takes it all the way down at the 20-yard line, right in red zone territory to begin this drive. Ellis fires, looking end zone over the outstretched hands of Sam Hudler. Not a bad ball delivered there, maybe just a touch high. Hudler couldn't reel it in. So after the incomplete pass, that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Huskies. Talk about some of the season stats put together, Nate, so far. Colin Ellis, over 2,000 yards. He's only added to that so far tonight. And 17 touchdowns coming into this one in the air, and 8 on the ground, and over 200 rushing yards.
Yeah, he's had a great job in his first season as the quarterback in this air raid offense.
There we see a swing pass to Houck on the near side. He's had a very nice night. Took it past deep into North Wilkes territory. Thought he might have been able to stretch out and get to the pylon. Thought it may have been a touchdown initially, but he's ruled out about the 4 or 5 yard line. And just a couple of plays ago, we saw him with the interception, and there he gets the pass. No room really to work afterwards. He was hit immediately. We'll call it a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9 for the Ashe County Huskies. Ball on the 21-yard line. Ellis wanting it all. He's got his man, McNeil, touchdown.
Yeah, it's just way too easy right there. Mason McNeil just absolutely burns anybody that's going to try to single cover him, especially in this conference. There's really nobody that can do that. And right there, he's wide open.
Found him in the corner of the end zone, as you see it on the Mountain Outfitters replay. Great ball delivered, nice touch, and that's a long throw. He threw across the field as well on that one. That's longer than just 20 yards.
That was a big-time throw there. Good arm streak from Colin Ellis. We've seen it all year long. He's got a very good arm, and on that one just shows it off even more.
Just keeps adding to his impressive season totals thus far, as does Mason McNeil. I believe that is his. Oh, we see the botch snap, and now Richardson's going to throw it, and there's your middle linebacker on the catch. 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, just how they drew it up on that one.
And how about that play? Kendall Richardson, we know he can kick it. We know he can snap the ball. And they're showing off his quarterback abilities. He may be eyeing Colin Ellis's job.
That's a nice little lefty toss there.
And Tristan Jones was at the other end and ends up being a 2-point conversion. So it's 43-0 as we see the clock continuing to roll now. We are in continuous clock territory inside of 9 minutes, and we'll take a look at that. Ashe County forward drive to the end zone. And he talked about it, Nate, a great pass from Ellis to McNeil. That's all they needed, less than a minute, 3 plays to get those 20 yards. And just like Coach Hampton, he'll tell you drew that up on that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that looked almost perfectly done, the way that snap was executed there. But certainly just a great offensive night for Ashe. Everything just going their way.
hard to find any fault with the effort from the Ashe County Huskies as they struck pay dirt early on their initial drive and proceeded to do it on the next 3. Started out 4 for 4 on offense, and they just refused to let off the gas.
Yeah, it's been all Huskies tonight, offensively and defensively. And North Wilkes just in a tough spot, having to face the Huskies coming off a loss.
This kick from Richardson will be fielded inside the 10 and then going to be forced back. Not a bad return that time by David Wood. As North Wilkes comes back onto the field. We'll say he got across the 25, spotted at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 for North Wilkes. 43-0 as the clock continues to roll. We're at 7:35 and counting in this 3rd quarter. Huskies just refusing to let up, making it look easy out here in the process of putting up these 43 points tonight, Nate.
And they've pretty much done anything they've wanted to out here. They've had the run game working, the pass game working, and defense has just been playing strong and solid all night. Just plays just like that. Well, they let him go on that one, but of course had him for a loss. But this defense has just been all over the field, and certainly just a well-played game all around.
Yeah, the swing pass nets them some positive yardage. That pass to number 19, Gavin Huffman, slipped through the initial tackler's grasp in the backfield, got it out to the 31-yard line. Gain of 5 on that play. Second down and 5. Ball on the 36. Bogus throwing far sideline. Pass is caught and turning it on up the field. We see number 2. That's David Wood with a nice catch and then some extra yards after the fact. Can't discount those yak yards.
Yak yards.
Ball is moved up to the 45-yard line and 1st down Vikings. Here at Rainer Wiles Stadium this evening in a contest that really hasn't been close from the get-go. Got to give a lot of credit to this Ashe County team. A lot of times, Nate, you can kind of fall into sort of these trap games where you might be looking forward to that rematch with Starmount. We know these guys have been waiting for that for a year, but that has not been the case. And look at that. Richardson brings him down, but I believe they're going to call the horse collar. Nice job collapsing, though, once again by that Ashe County defensive unit.
Yeah, tough break there. Did grab a hold of that horse collar. I believe it's a good call, but this Ashe defense, they're trying to keep that shutout intact. They don't want to see North Wilkes put up anything tonight, and plays like that, that'll certainly help out the cause. Unfortunately, did get the penalty there, but if you're living in the offensive backfield, you're doing a good job.
When we talk about these trap games, that has certainly not been the case for the Huskies against the Vikings tonight, as they look like they're going to be just rolling into that contest with Starmount. Gets this win back under their belt after suffering their first loss in conference play last week. Things certainly looking up, or trending upward, I should say, as the Huskies head into that battle. But first, we do see a flag on the field right now. That is going to go against North Wilkes. Nate, what do you feel is going to be the key for this upcoming Friday night against Starmount for the Ashe County Huskies?
Well, Starmount's going to run the ball at you pretty much almost every play of the game. They're going to try to run it down your throat and make you sweat it out there. They're going to put a long drive together and make it tough on you. But for Ashe, they've got to go out there and play their game and don't turn the ball over and don't give up any big plays. And I fully expect Ashe to be right there with them.
Unfortunately for the Huskies, of course, these injuries and suspensions coming at a bad time. Still not sure on what the status of Sky Sullivan will be for next Friday night, but regardless of that, hopefully he will be back at full strength. But the Ashe County Huskies, this is the 2nd straight year you're going to have your ex-receiver out. Last year, Jacob Levins missed that game due to injury, and Judd Price, with the announced suspension, his ordeal, he's going to be out of action again, so that certainly will make things a little bit more difficult for the Ashe County Huskies on offense.
Yeah, they'll have to keep getting some big plays from some of the other guys. We've seen Sam Hudler step up tonight. And Mason Manil just having a huge game. We've seen Simon Houck make some grabs. And Haven't seen much from Grant Thompson, but I'd like to see him step up and make some plays as well, because you know the Huskies aren't going to change up that offense too much. They're going to keep throwing it out there and do what they do best. So it's going to be up to the guys filling in to make some plays.
And we've seen in the past the big playability of guys who are asked to step up. One that comes to mind last year, of course, was Evan Owen. And, of course, Zach Uten as well when called upon and when injury struck. They were able to step up. And these guys tonight here for the Ashe County Huskies have answered the call as well, as you mentioned, with Simon Houck and Sam Hudler especially.
Yeah, these guys have been called upon. They've been doing what they can do out there, and hopefully they'll do the same against Starmount.
Bogg is forced to throw off of his back foot, looking to the near sideline for number 88 that time. That's Patrick Hill, senior wideout, but led him just a bit too much as the pass falls incomplete. And that'll bring up a punting situation in 4th down. And can't discount the efforts out of the backfield of John Revis either. He's done a nice job, found pay dirt, and had a couple of nice carries in that first half, and also a nice catch on offense. He might be forced into that starting position once again next week. Only time will tell. Here's Matthew Greer. He's getting a chance to shine it across the 40, the 45, into North Wilkes territory. Will be tripped up. He wanted that one more block there, or needed one more block there. He was looking for pay dirt.
Yeah, just a last gasp effort there, able to bring him down. But good punt return there. Give Ashe good, solid field position.
With this continuous clock, we're under 2 minutes already in this third quarter. 1:40 and counting, and we see Grant Thompson onto the field as the quarterback now for the Ashe County Huskies. Always good to see him get in there and take some reps at the QB position. Running it at the varsity level on the go, and we see a pass falls incomplete there on 1st down. Let his man just a bit too much. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Huskies after the incompletion. Good to see a lot of these second unit guys getting some action. And a flag will fly out of the backfield. Early movement from that right side. As that'll back up the Huskies 5 yards after the penalty. Nice to see some of the JV guys getting called up here tonight. Now getting some action on the field as we see Kissinger. Man, look at that. Bounces off first contact and still rolling his way forward. He's down inside the 45-yard line. He may be small in stature, but he made a big-time run there.
Yeah, listed at 5'6" here on the roster, but yeah, he just kept powering forward there, able to get a few extra yards.
Got to applaud the effort as we'll see this clock wind on down. It hits zeros, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Here on Friday Night Football on Sky Zone Sports. Outcome's pretty well decided here. It is 43-0 all Ashe County. We'll be back with the fourth quarter action. Stay tuned in from Rainer Wiles Stadium at North Wilkes High School.
When it comes to insuring your home, business, automobiles, and property, you want an agency you can depend on. Miller Insurance has been serving this region for more than 60 years and are proud to now represent Everett Cash Mutual, which specializes in insuring farm property, equipment, livestock, and more. Before you renew your insurance policies, give us a call at 336-246-7151 or come see us in downtown West Jefferson. Miller Insurance is proud to be your hometown insurance agency that supports our hometown teams.
Little's Health and Fitness began in 1981. We are a 24/7 full-service, family-friendly fitness center with the finest equipment from Life Fitness, Hammer Strength, and Body Masters, as well as a great staff to help you get started. We have a 22-piece cardio area, so waiting is rarely a problem. We offer group classes for all levels, an extensive array of weights and machines, perfect for the beginner to advanced. We also have meal replacement shakes, tanning, dressing rooms with private showers, personal trainers, and child care is also available.
And welcome back into Rainer Wiles Stadium at North Wilkes High School for the fourth and final quarter on Sky Zone Sports. Friday night football on the way here. Huskies fully in control of this one. First play in the fourth period. That pass is going to be picked off. We did see a flag fly before the interception was made. It looked like it might have been against the Huskies, so the interception may stand anyway. But the Huskies really in control here, Nate, 43-0. It's been hard to be nitpicky there as we see the penalty is declined, so the interception will stand. And just trying to force it, there was Grant Thompson.
Yeah, it's a tough throw to make there, but he's just a sophomore, just learning as he goes. He took several games last year as the JV quarterback. We saw him get some time last year also on the varsity level in some kind of garbage time like this, but he's gonna have plenty of time to learn the system and learn what Coach Hampton wants him to do out there at the quarterback spot. And at the same time, hoping to be a nice contributor in the wide receiver corps.
Yeah, and he's a big guy and has a pretty strong arm from what we've seen of him in limited action at the varsity level. So, as you said, he's only going to continue to get better here. Only a sophomore, so you got to think, a couple of years. Likely he will be the quarterback in waiting here, the starter his senior year, and looks to keep a positive trend going with these Ashe County quarterbacks here the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, Ashe County's really been blessed with some good arms here over the, or even longer than the last few years. We've seen Sam Gammons, Daniel Wallen here. They put up some really good seasons, good careers here, and something to be really, really happy about. If you're a quarterback coming through the Ashe County system, you've got a lot to live up to.
Oh, how about that hurdle on the field on the carry that time? On the side of North Wilkes, that's number 84, Hunter Billings, the junior fullback. Got a quick little burst out of the gate, gets it into Husky territory, down to the 46-yard line. It'll bring up third down and short for the Vikings of North Wilkes. They've had a tough go of it this season. There's a handoff to the left side. So we take a look, Nate. Nothing's been easy for them this year. Of course, they lost a heartbreaker here on this field just a couple of weeks ago against Allegheny, and then on the road at Star Mountain, never an easy place to win.
Yeah, you see a 1-point loss there to Forbush as well. They've just had some good games and they've had some bad games, but the wins just haven't come. They've got the one win against South Stokes, but of course coming up West Wilkes and then at Wilkes Central, a couple of in-county rivalries. So you never know. You can throw out the record books in those games. You see a lot of upsets always happen in rivalry games like that. So North Wilkes will see if they can get them a conference win after tonight.
How about the Ashe County defense, Nate? Not just tonight, but the last season as well. Pitching a shutout. Last year they defeated these guys 54-0, and so far tonight keeping that shutout rolling as we see the turnover on downs.
Yeah, good job there by Ashe, able to get that ball back. And this defense, they like to have a shutout. Certainly something that defense pride themselves on, keep the other team from scoring anything.
So Ashe will take over after the turnover at the 45-yard line on their side of the field. 8:25 and counting. As you see on the Miller Insurance scoreboard, it's all Ashe. Continuous clock in effect after the last score, which was at the beginning of the third quarter. Thompson fires it here on the near side to Cooper. He can't hang on to it. Looking for the wide receiver screen that time. Just couldn't hang on to that one. Thompson will go back to work now on 2nd and 10. Same play again, and this time Cooper can't hang on to it either as that pass falls incomplete, and it quickly brings up a 3rd and 10 for the Huskies.
They're definitely going to the well on that play. See if they can get the young man his first catch.
Third and 10 now. Ball on their 45-yard line. Got the second unit in for the Huskies. Always good to see these guys getting some reps on the varsity level. As Thompson going to the air again, delivers a nice pass, but in and out of the hands of his intended target. That's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for the Huskies. And we'll see Mason McNeil head back onto the field to do the punting duties. Wood back deep to return. McNeil stands on his own 30. Ready to receive this one. Put his big foot into it. Good snap. Good high kick. Booming kick downfield. And a fair catch is called for and made. That was actually Daniel Pruitt, excuse me, on the return. And a nice job there by McNeil, pinning them deep inside their own 15-yard line. Ball spotted at the 14, 1st and 10 for the Vikings as they head back onto the field. Preparing for the future, looking ahead, both teams, trying to get something working here that they could use in the remaining games on the season and then possibly into the playoffs. There's a handoff to the right side. Obed Alvarez on the carry that time for the Vikings. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards on the 1st down carry. I'll make it 2nd down and 6 as we approach the 5-minute mark in tonight's contest. That run going nowhere, stuffed almost immediately. Nice penetration by that Husky defense. In particular there, John Revis leading the way. Third down and 5 upcoming for the North Wilkes Vikings. 4:35 on the clock. In a contest that's never been close. Handoff up the gut. Going nowhere. So that's going to bring up another 4th down. And about 5 yards to go for the Vikings. And on comes their punt unit. Josh Norman on to kick this one away. Standing at his own 5. Short kick, but it is a high one. Will be fielded by Greer, trying to make something happen, but nothing doing there. Trying to be a little aggressive as Pruitt is there to quickly thwart that return attempt and knock him back a few yards. And Ashe County comes back onto the field on offense, just on their side of the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. As we're approaching the 3-minute mark in the 4th period. All that's left to decide this outcome is for that clock to tick away. And Nate, for the Ashe County Huskies, you got to be happy with the efforts you've seen all around tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good, strong night for the Husky offense and defense as well.
As we see that pass fall incomplete. Intended target that time, Caleb Cooper, number 33. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. Ball still just on the Huskies side of the 50. 4 wide set. Nice snap count that time from Grant Thompson, as that's going to draw the flag and the offsides penalty. That'll help out the Husky cause. 2nd down and 5 now. All on the North Wilkes 45. And there we go. The pass is caught by Caleb Cooper. And that'll get a rise out of this Husky crowd. He falls forward after picking up a couple of yards. Gains about 3, we'll call it. Makes it 3rd down and 7 for the Huskies. As we approach the 90-second mark, Thompson will hand this one off to Kissinger. Fighting his way forward, falls ahead inside the 40-yard line. And that might be enough to move the chains. And indeed it will. 1st down Huskies. Nice carry that time by the tailback. Kissinger, just a junior. All spotted at the 39, 1st and 10. So we hit the 1-minute mark. And early movement on the offensive line on that left side from the Huskies. We'll quickly draw a penalty marker and back them up 5 yards. Clock will continue to roll. Rolling on down. As they'll hand it off again to Kissinger. And another flag will come onto the field. And what could be the final play of the night. And it appears that will be, as the clock will roll on down. And it's official. Buzzer sounds, clock hits 0, and we are final. From Rainer Wiles Stadium at North Wilkes, Ashe County, all over the Vikings, 43-0. And Nate, we take a look at some of the top performers tonight for the Ashe County Huskies.
Colin Ellis there, 13 of 22 passing, 244 yards and 4 touchdowns. Added another one on the ground. Mason McNeil, huge day, 7 catches, 141 yards, 3 scores. Sam Hubbard, 3 catches, 65 yards and a touchdown, filling in for Judd Price. And how about John Revis scoring his first touchdown of his varsity career, 7 carries, 28 yards, and Simon Houck, a couple catches plus an interception on defense.
Yeah, good games to be had all around on the field tonight for the Ashe County Huskies. Defense did their job. The offense did what they do best, and that is put points up on the board. And the Husky offense rolling along tonight to the tune to a 43-0 victory over the North Wilkes Vikings. And the Huskies get back into the win column. So now, depending on the final there, the score down at, the game going on, I should say, Star Mountain East Wilkes, things could really get interesting. The Huskies will improve to 4-1 in Mountain Valley play and 5-4 overall on the season. Nate, what do you like most going forward here in the final 2 weeks of the season if you're Ashe County?
I think Ashe County, knowing they've got a whole lot to play for, that'll certainly keep them motivated, keep them fired up. And, of course, playing Star Mountain at home, be nice for them to get a little bit of payback from last year when Star Mountain kind of ended their perfect season hopes there. But for Ashe, a win against Star Mountain certainly keeps them right there in the hunt for a conference title. And we'll see how the East Wilkes Star Mountain game pans out. But a lot to be happy for if you're a Husky fan.
Looking to keep the positive momentum rolling into next week. We'll be there to bring it to you right here on Sky Zone Sports on Sky Zone HD Channel 1. Our final once again, Ashe County in a big way, 43. North Wilkes nothing. Congratulations to the Huskies on a great game. And thank you for watching. For Nathan Ham and Corbin Richardson, I'm Tyler Ashe. Good night from North Wilkes High School.